You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Brown.
Yes.
You brought this case before the court?
I did.
What's going on?
Well, she left when our son was 11 months old. He's 10
11
now.
months?
11 months, yes. And she chose to pursue her career.
Wait a minute, I got hung up. You said 11 months
11
and he's
months.
10 years old
He's
now?
10 years old now. She chose her career over being a parent, although she wanted to be a parent, and left me with the child. It's been hard. I do what I can do. I take care of our son. She's still chasing her dreams. Nothing wrong with that, but she did decide to have a child, and I just want to know what happened, some kind of financial compensation if she's chasing her dreams and making all the money she wants to make. Maybe she can just throw some money our way, and that'll be fine.
That would be fine, and I agree with that.
All right, here's a clean and impactful rewrite. Let's dive into a compelling child support case. Mr. Brown steps forward, explaining how his ex-partner left him to raise their 10-year-old son alone while she pursued her career. Now, he's seeking financial compensation for the years he has been the sole caregiver. The judge listens carefully, acknowledging the emotional and financial burden Mr. Brown has carried. While chasing career goals is understandable, parental responsibilities cannot be ignored. Mr. Brown shares his struggles balancing work, raising a child, and furthering his education. The tension is high, and the discussion is set to be both heated and fair. Let's see how this case unfolds. Let me know if you want any more adjustment.
The reason that you have not paid this man child support, he's been having your son for 10 years.
He said throw some money their way. What that mean? Throw some money their way?
Would you clarify for her
Well,
what you
if she
mean by
doesn't
that,
want
sir?
to be in his life and be around and be a mother, and I have to be the father and the mother, then maybe I should be compensated for being the father and the mother.
You mean by her paying child support?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's all he looks for is money.
Well, he would
Okay,
like to play baseball.
it takes more than air to raise a child, ma'am. You have to pay something. What else do you want him to receive to be able to raise this child? I'm listening.
And our child has dreams.
He needs to get a job and stop trying to depend on
no,
me.
what you need to do is listen to what I'm saying and answer my question and not worry about what he has going on. Everything is about you right now.
Is it?
Oh, yeah, it is. We'll get to the money part in just a minute in terms of calculations, because this child has been with him for a long time, and to go without any sort of financial assistance, and based on what you've turned in, you've made money and you have not given anything to him for your child, it's absurd.
I've been throwing money his way, and I don't know what he's been doing with it, because I make over $85,000 a year.
Excuse me?
Over $85,000 a year.
You make over $85,000
Over
a year.
$85,000
She hasn't given
a year,
you any
and I've
money,
been-
sir?
Not too much, and really,
Not too-
the thing is,
This dude is lying. This
The thing
dude is
is-
lying.
Excuse me, I can't listen to both of y'all at the same time. I have 2 ears, but I only can listen to one person
well,
at
the
a
thing
time.
is, well, she's all free pursuing her career. I have to watch the child.
Wait a minute, what kind of, ma'am,
Well,
please.
it's hard to find a job and take care of a kid.
What kind of career does she have?
She's an esthetician.
Okay.
Mr. Brown presents his case detailing how he has single-handedly raised his son for the past 10 years, taking on both parental roles. He describes the struggle of providing for his child while also trying to advance his own education and career. He argues that his ex-partner, who earns over $85,000 a year as an esthetician, should contribute financially. He isn't asking for much, just enough support to help cover their son's basic needs and activities, from food to extracurriculars like go-karting and video games. The judge listens carefully, acknowledging the sacrifices Mr. Brown has made. Adding to the weight of the case, Mr. Brown shares how his son frequently asks about his mother's absence, making the emotional impact undeniable. As he pleads for fairness, the tension in the room is undeniable.
Taking care of people's eyelashes.
Okay.
She makes pretty good money at it. Actually, she's good at her job.
And
Okay.
she
I would
worked
give her
hard
that.
for it too.
However,
Ma'am.
diapers and
Excuse me, sir. All this extra and this attitude, I'm the only person that can have an attitude in here, okay? Yes, it's right. So I'm gonna need you to tone it down a little bit, okay? Thanks. Go ahead, sir.
And our 10-year-old is a growing boy, and he has a lot of things he'd like to do, and it's very hard for me. I don't want to get any government assistance. I would like to do it as best as I can on my own. However, I can't go back to school and take care of our son and have a job and run a business. Is very hard, and
I imagine so.
It is.
I imagine so. What type of expenses does your son have?
He has normal childhood expenses, food.
Is he involved in extracurricular activities?
Yes, he likes to read. He likes games. I like to keep him with electronics and things to spark his interest.
What type of extracurricular activities?
He likes go-karts, motorcycles. He likes race cars, train sets, video games. He likes going out to the park, going to the lake, and all that.
Ma'am, do you hear all of that? All of that costs money.
It sure does. And like he said, I've been throwing money their way.
Every now and then, it hasn't been consistent.
It's not very consistent.
It clearly cannot be consistent. Otherwise, you wouldn't have a reason to be here.
Does he have a job? Can you ask him that question?
Ma'am, you know what? He's taking care of the child.
Doing what though?
The child lives with him, correct?
Correct.
Right. So whether he works or not, it doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that he is raising you all's child, and you're not doing anything consistently. So we're going to make that change.
According to him, though, right?
I want to see you do the same. After I finish with these calculations.
The ex-partner's response is far from sympathetic. She insists she has been throwing money their way, though she admits her contributions have been inconsistent. She questions why Mr. Brown hasn't secured a job and accuses him of relying on her income. The judge swiftly shuts down her claims, emphasizing that Mr. Brown has been the primary caregiver and that sporadic financial support is not enough. As the conversation unfolds, her dismissive attitude becomes increasingly apparent. She even suggests that Mr. Brown should just get a job, completely overlooking the fact that he has been raising their son full-time. The judge firmly reminds her that parenting is more than occasional financial help. It requires consistent commitment and responsibility. Her lack of accountability is undeniable, and the judge is not willing to overlook it.
Obviously not him.
Do you carry it? Do you carry health insurance for the child?
Ask him.
Do you carry health insurance for
all the information?
Ma'am.
Well, see, that's the problem. I have a hard time communicating with her. Communication.
I'm having a hard time communicating with her, so I can't even imagine what you have to deal with in talking to her about the child.
And he just wants to know where his mother is and why she doesn't want to be part of our lives and why she doesn't want to come around, why she wasn't be involved in any of his after-school activities.
That is a legitimate concern. That is a legitimate concern.
Know where his mother is.
Who pays health insurance for the child?
Well, the health insurance, it's kind of hard right now.
So he doesn't have any health insurance coverage right now.
He has no health insurance.
Please.
So we're going to fix that right now. So according to your own testimony and your tax returns and your 1099s, it does equate to about $85,000 a year. So what we're going to do is order you to pay child support. Based on your gross, it comes out to $7,083.33. And right now the child isn't covered on any sort of health insurance coverage, so you're also going to be responsible for obtaining health insurance for the child, okay? And I'm going to order you do that within 30 days. That's what you're going to have to do. I have your net resources at $5,138.10. So your child support obligation